Alright, this is the Takom 1/16 scale Japanese Type 94 Tankette. This is a build I did a couple years ago, back when I lived in North Carolina. That was the second 1/16 scale kit that I built right after the Panzer 1A static, that is. It's a really pretty nice little build. Just like the Panzer 1A, it's inexpensive. It does, or I should say, it goes together really well. Not a lot of PE, just some right over there on the muffler guard. Only has a machine gun for main armament. A little two-man crew tank. It's got a little headlight, horn, jack, some Pioneer tools there, pickaxe, shovel, and some type of a tanker bar. The suspension, no issues with that whatsoever. Pretty simple. Went together well. The rest of the hull went together well. It's got a little starter crank there, little license plate, tail light, muffler, and that's really about all there is to this little thing. One kind of issue that I had is with the track. There's no pins for it, and you have to glue each individual link together, so that takes a little bit of time, and especially if you want to try and get the sag in it just right, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Like even right there, I need to reattach that. But for the most part, it went together decently. It's small, it's fragile at this scale. If you do 35th stuff and with plastic tracks, that would definitely be a help with building it. Overall, though, it's a nice little kit. It's inexpensive, something that you can knock out, probably easily put it together in a week, depending on your schedule, and then paint it, weather it, would go pretty nice. And it's a nice, addition to your collection, because there's not a lot of Japanese tanks out there, that's for sure. So, and the decals, there wasn't any problem with the decals. Takom, I think, does a really good job with their decals. I didn't really kind of follow any of the standard instructions. I put the decals on that I wanted. Little insignia there, the Japanese flag, so, and the paint job, I kind of like the yellow stripes going through it. Kind of makes it look more unique, compared to just a little standard, color scheme or a single color scheme. And then the black lines in between the different colors was all done by hand. So yeah, it's a great little tank, and if you can find it, or any of the Japanese tanks, I think it's definitely worth picking up and adding to your collection. I mean, there's not a lot of small itty bitty parts. I mean, you have this little small latch thing right here, right there. I mean, little visor right there. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of small parts. It wasn't finicky. I mean, you got a little grab handle there. I mean, it just went together rather nice, you know. Not a whole lot of negativity about it, other than I thought the tracks were a bit finicky, you know. Here it is a couple years later, you know, and I'm going to have to glue this back down on the road wheel, or the support roller right there, you know. But you know, for a Japanese subject at 1/16 scale, I think they did a pretty good job. I would like to see them come out with another Japanese tank in World War II, but we'll see if that happens. I mean, Germans and Russians and Americans seem to be the go-to subjects in this scale. Not even a lot of British, which is surprising. I mean, they have a lot of tanks that they used during the war that would be good at this scale. So maybe, you know, in a couple years, who knows what'll happen. But overall, this was a quick, you know, easy build. The longest thing that I had to fiddle with were the tracks. There isn't any type of guide or anything, so you're just going to have to try and put it together, you know, run a length, you know, like at the bottom, you know, and then do the up to the turn wheel, you know, around the drive sprocket, you know, and try and get your sag in running across the top. And the kit did come with rubber band tracks, but man, those didn't work. So I opted to go with the hard plastic ones, and I'm glad I did. I think it just looks better, you know. I think the tank came out pretty good. You know, I like the camo scheme. The decals were spot on. Very little PE, so it makes it for a nice kit. You know, and if you haven't got one, I would highly recommend this little kit. And I think they came out with the late version of this, which has a different either wheel here in the back. I think it's more like a big round road wheel type of deal. I've seen that kit. I have it in my stash. I just haven't built it yet, because it's almost the exact same tank as this. Kind of want something a little bit more variety, I guess. Something that looks a little more different. But we'll see. You know, and the Japanese didn't have a huge armor force. There wasn't a lot of major armor battles in the Pacific theater, so still though, that makes for a good subject, you know. And if you did build this kit, and definitely leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks.